every day so our lawmakers know from all over Minnesota that people want to keep lungs loud. Say it with me. Keep lungs loud. Louder. I mean like the loudest keep lungs loud you've ever had. Okay? On three. Give it all you got. 1, 2, 3. Keep lungs loud!
Good afternoon. Oh, that's how y'all respond to your state senator? I said good afternoon. Well, I thought we were keeping lungs loud. I like that. My name is Jeff Hayden and I represent South Minneapolis at the heart of South Minneapolis, and I'm so glad to see all of you here. We are working awfully hard to make sure that we keep your lungs clear, and we make sure that you can live a fulfilled life, and making sure that you never start smoking, right? Isn't that what we want? All right. Listen, thank you for coming to the Capitol. We really appreciate it, and with your help, we're going to raise the age to 21. We're going to make sure that if they do sell it, it's going to be really nasty and not taste good. Thank you guys so much.
I'm Janelle Waldock, and I work at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota, and I'm the co-chair of the Minnesotans for a Smoke-Free Generation Coalition, along with the awesome Moily Mollinen from Clearway, Minnesota. Yay. Thank you so much for bringing your powerful voices to your state capitol today. I am pleased to next introduce someone who was able from Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan's office. I want you to meet Deputy Chief of Staff in that office, Kristen Beckman. Welcome to the Capitol from the Governor and Lieutenant Governor. They're sorry they couldn't be here today. The Governor is literally out sick all day. He has no voice. We had hoped to swing him by here today to say thank you for coming and thank you for advocating the way you are. But he is home today, and so he asked me to come and convey that to you. I used to work for Mayor Coleman, and I was there when the youth came in the city of St. Paul to come and restrict where we sold menthol cigarettes in St. Paul. Is anybody in here who came into the mayor's office and the city council? I hear a few out there. See you, Elise. And so I am so grateful for the advocacy you have all done at 23 cities and counties across the state, like the city of St. Paul, St. Louis Park, where you have slowly and steadily restricted where we're selling tobacco, where we're selling menthol, where at the age you can buy this at. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for the power you have built in those local communities, and thank you for bringing it here. People need to hear from you. They need to see the power that you have built, and they need to feel the heat from you. You had a great day yesterday in committee passing the...
Representative Heather Edelson.
Short when you come up here. All right, thank you all for being here. Latricia's amazing. I love the keep your lungs loud. That's great. How many of you youth here today, because I'm so excited to see all these young faces, because you guys, the tobacco companies, who are they targeting? Yes. Are we okay with that? No, we're not okay with that. How many of you are here for the first time to the Capitol to lobby? All right. Today is going to be a good day, guys. So yesterday...
Well, good morning. It is great to see our Capitol Dome filled with young, empowered people who are going to stop the start. That's what we're talking about, folks. I'm State Senator Carla Nelson from Olmsted County, which includes Rochester, Chatfield, Doe, Ryota, and Stewartville. For a long time, I have been a supporter of the Clean Indoor Air Act, making sure that we reduce smoking in our state. And I was proud to be the chief author of the new legislation raising the tobacco age to 21. What do you think about that? Now we risk backsliding on all that progress. In fact, the American Lung Association this year gave us an app for smoking in our state. And I was proud to be the chief author of the new legislation raising the tobacco age to 21. What do you think about that? We And so it is only right that we come together to create a solution.
And that's what is actually going to get this across the line, so thank you. I have to do a shout out here. There is a group from my district, a group of young people that have been passionate about this for a while. Is there anyone here from the Almas group? All right. Thank you, Almas. This began with young people, and I'm so proud that it has. I work as a doctor at Hennepin County Medical Center, and I see people when the tobacco companies have forgotten about them. At the end of their long days, when they are ravaged by obstructive pulmonary disease, or lung cancer, or heart disease, or strokes. And the tobacco. Thank you for coming out today. Let's get these across the line.
Do another lung check. I'm doing a mic check, you do a lung check. 1, 2, 3. Keep lungs loud! Oh, that was so whack. One more time. We need this to be loud. We're in a rotunda. How many days do you get to go to a rotunda? I mean, we really need to be loud. 1, 2, 3. Keep lungs loud! What I love, who has went the long haul with us. She signed on last year, and she's from Greater Minnesota. I would like to introduce to you Representative Sandy Lehman from Cohasset. Representative Lehman, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It is so great to see your bright, shiny faces. It just makes me proud to be a Minnesotan. This is a great day, and you're out here for a great cause. I'm standing up here today as a representative. I am from Grand Rapids, Cohasset, Minnesota. Does anybody know where that is? About 3.5 hours north, yes. And also the Cass County area. And I'm here to tell you that there are 6 states that have Tobacco 21 policies in over 400 cities and counties. Minnesota, as a state, needs to join those states. We need to have a Tobacco 21 policy. Now, why do I care? Well, I have a personal story. I started smoking years ago, way too young. And I started smoking because tobacco cigarettes were so readily available, and it was peer pressure in the thing to do. But you know what? Quitting smoking was the hardest thing I've ever done. Addiction is a terrible thing. I have a family.
Next to legislature, which is really cool, we have Representative Ginny Cleburne and Senator Paul Anderson. They are both from the communities of Plymouth and Minnetonka area. Plymouth was number 4, Minnetonka right around 20. What's really cool is that Senator Paul Anderson is a Republican, and he's one of our chief authors on Tobacco 21 in the Senate. And Ginny Cleburne was very involved in the local policy, and she's a Democrat. And here they are working together to get this over the finish line this year at the Minnesota Capitol. So please give them a round of applause.
Welcome to your capital. It's great to see you all here today. As a representative from Plymouth, Minnesota, I am very excited that we were the 4th city to sign on, and it was done through local activist voices. So I'm going to give a shout out to my good friend Caitlin for her work in making sure that happens.
What's really cool is that Senator Paul Anderson is a Republican, and he's one of our chief authors on Tobacco 21 in the Senate. And Ginny Cleburne was very involved in the local policy, and she's a Democrat. And here they are working together to get this over the finish line this year at the Minnesota Capitol. So please give them a round of applause.
Welcome to your capital. It's great to see you all here today. As a representative from Plymouth, Minnesota,
is one of the hardest hit communities when it comes to tobacco. As a young person, I grew up in a community where I also smoked. You may not know this. I don't know if you guys know anything about the cool cigarettes or maybe the Newport cigarettes. So when I was coming up, it was really cool to smoke a cool cigarette, which is a menthol cigarette. Also, we had a tobacco industry that was inundating our community with signage everywhere. Magazines, bulletin boards, it was there. And those are the pressures that we sometimes find ourselves under succumbing to. And it's your friends, right? What we know now about e-cigarettes is that one e-cigarette equals a pack, a whole pack of cigarettes. One e-cigarettes. That's
Representative Lori Halverson.
Thank you so much for being here. So happy that so many people are fighting to keep lungs loud. Thank you very much. It's your voice that's going to make the difference. We want a smoke-free generation. When I was in junior high, we didn't even have middle school then, very old. We wanted our generation to be the smoke-free generation. We were not successful. Our fight against the big, powerful tobacco companies who are working so hard to hook kids on tobacco products was too big of a hill for us to climb. We didn't have public policies to support clean indoor air. We didn't have public policies to make sure that cigarettes were kept out of the hands of kids. We didn't have policies that these companies could not target you directly.
Those policies, to see him here, he's a North Sider. North Side, where you at? North Side, I heard you earlier, they're here. So without further ado, I'm gonna introduce to you Senator Bobby Joe Champion, representing North Minneapolis.
Well, good morning. Good morning. Are you not excited to be here today? If you're excited to be here, make some noise, somebody! Let me tell you why I believe that's important. It's because this is your house. So when they say we the people, you are the people. And policies are being made, and you want to make sure that your voice is here at the Capitol so that policymakers not only have your support, but will get support from other policymakers in order to make sure that we have a smoke-free society. Is that right? We want to make sure that your lives are preserved and saved, and that we are doing all the right things to encourage you in order to do the right thing. Now, it's my understanding that the Hmong International Academy is here. Are you here somewhere? I heard a brief yes, yes. Well, good morning. Good morning. Are you not excited to be here today? If you're excited to be here, make some noise, somebody! Let me tell you why I believe that's important. It's because this is your house. So when they say we the people, you are the...
In Soul Spoken Word Ensemble, he's a poet. He's the artistic director of HQ, a series focused on healing through the arts, and artists in residence at the Luther Seminary getting his master's in theology. Some of you may remember a couple years back, present Joe Davis.
Yeah, Joe Davis, that's who I am. But I want to hear right quick who you are. Can y'all do me a favor and rock with me and say, we are powerful people. Let me y'all say like you really believe it. Say, we are powerful people. One more time, say, goes a little something like this. If you're rocking with me, feel free to make some noise throughout the poem as well, all right? Goes a little something like this. Ever since it's been around, just a spoonful of menthol makes the poison go down. Smoke-related illnesses are killing us, disproportionately black men and youth, far surpassing that of any other drug disease or car crashes. There's no accident. The ashtray leads to our ashes. That's because your poorest customers are your most valuable, especially boys and girls when our minds are most malleable. Yet that's not the story you tell us. Your advertisements disguise mint-flavored lies of how death tastes, and you never display the death rates, nor the debt we pay when we smoke each breath away. You're betting on us ignoring the Surgeon General's warning. You improve your profit margins when you profit. Powerful people. Yeah, don't y'all forget it. Thank y'all so much. Peace and love.
All right, so we're coming to a close. for your loud lungs and your participation. Of course, I'm not going to let you leave without saying it again.
I want you to yell, keep lungs loud on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. Keep lungs loud! Do it again. 1, 2, 3. Keep lungs loud! All right, thank you.